Hello, BookTube. It's Friday. That's time for Friday Reads, and I have a bunch of books here that I'm going to be reading today. I'm going to do a lot of reading today, and of course all of tonight, and then a lot this weekend as well. A couple of my writing deadlines seem to be in a state of quantum flux, and whenever that happens, whenever a deadline suddenly feels like it's in quantum flux, it never moves forward. It always moves back. So it's always going to be more work. But I'll play that as it comes. So I want to show you just a bunch of books first here. As is true with this channel, I'm striving for 100% bookish transparency. So a lot of these will be familiar to a lot of you if you watch every one of my videos, which I'm assuming you do. The first one is a reread. It's I Claudius. I was waiting to find this paperback, and I did, and I reinforced it because it was ready to fall apart, and I gave it a great old bookmark. If books are dead, so are we. Those of you who know the story of I Claudius, not the Emperor Claudius, but these books, will know that that has little resonance at the end of the story. so I haven't reread I Claudius, and I don't know how long, so I'm looking forward to it. And another thing we just saw recently, I haven't reinforced it yet, but I'm going to. It's The Complete Prose of Marianne Moore, the great poet. This is all of her book reviews, all of her diary entries, all of her, prolonged, thoughty type essays. I'm mainly going to read it for the book reviews, but I'll probably get sucked into the whole thing. I forgot to tell you when I showed this on the channel yesterday, I forgot to read the blurb on the back. The back is just one blurb from James Merrill, another great poet, who writes, "The heart leaps from page to page. Here is Miss Moore again in all her natural sanity and sublime oddity. I would rather see these pieces brought to light than the Titanic raised." Tough to live up to a blurb like that, but if anybody can do it, she can. And then this next one is a work in translation, and it's an author I've never read, and it seems fascinating. It's this, Horsemen of the Sands, in one of these great finished paperbacks from, who is this? Archipelago Books that have the deep French flaps, so that you and they're a solid textured cover. They're really well done paperbacks. And The Horsemen of the Sands is by Leonid Yuzefovich. That is the name. And it's translated from the Russian by Marian Schwartz. And this author is contemporary. He's a contemporary Russian author who spent time. Well, let me read you his biography. It's got to be here somewhere. Yes. He is a historian and writer, born in Moscow in 1947. And he spent his childhood and adolescence in the Urals. He served as an officer in the Soviet Army in the Trans-Baikal region from 1970 to 1972. His detective novel trilogy about 19th century police inspector Ivan Putilin has been translated into numerous languages and adapted for the screen. Yuzefovich was awarded the Big Book Prize for his novel Cranes and Pygmies in 2009, and has been shortlisted twice for the Russian Booker Prize. And this book, I think, came out almost a decade ago. 2002, this came out. And this is 2 novellas. In a Soviet elementary school, a bombastic teacher lectures his young students on traffic accidents and family separation, unwittingly stirring an emotional crisis. A lost wallet, an office fling, an upset stomach, the minutiae of life unveil the private tragedies at the heart of the school community. A world away, an old herdsman entrances a young tank commander with the legend of Baron Ungern, a real-life White Russian officer who conquered Mongolia. A foggy epic unfolds, a tale of faith and revenge centering on a mysterious amulet said to make the wearer invincible. From the dim of the classroom to the vast Mongolian steppe, Leonid Yuzefovich masterful novellas, The Storm and The Horsemen of the Sands, drill straight to the core of human emotion. These Russian parables illuminate the fears, passions, and ambitions beneath the grandest acts and tiniest gestures, which is, cover copy boilerplate, but it seems like it's going to be a glimpse into an entirely new world of reading for me, which is a lot of fun. That'll be a lot of fun to do. The next one, It's quite slim. It's an October release. I might have shown it on this channel before. It's by Heather Montgomery, and it's illustrated by Kevin O'Malley, and it is Something Rotten. This is a fresh look at roadkill. And you might think, okay, well, what's that a metaphor for? But it's not a metaphor. It's not a metaphor. This is simply a book about roadkill. What it is, how you test it, how you measure it, how you cook it, how you dispose of it. This is just everything that you would ever want to know and were afraid to ask about roadkill. This next book, its author has been in the news just a touch. This is Full Disclosure by Stormy Daniels, the porn star who is accusing the president of paying her hush money, and whose lawyer, Michael Avenatti, has seized the spotlight. He's become famous on cable news channels for fighting Donald Trump with the weapons of Donald Trump. In other words, race to the gutter demagoguery and sound bites. And I don't have any idea what this. I feel like if I'm living in 2018, I have to read this book. It's not long. It won't take me much time, but I have no idea what to expect. I can't imagine that more than a small fraction of this book is actually about the case that has brought her to national fame. Most of it, I imagine, will be about her life at the fringes of show business. I don't know one way or another. I also don't know. I didn't actually check to see if she credits a co-writer. She does. Kevin Carr O'Leary is her co-writer. So I feel I owe it to. I mean, all of my life, my whole life, my hobbies, my profession, every aspect of my life is reading the books of my time. So I don't see how I can avoid something like this, even if I might want to. And I'm not 100% sure I want to. So I will read it. I will give it a try. This next one is a serious work of history. This is Hampton Sides. This is On Desperate Ground. His standalone one-volume history of the Battle of the Chosin Reservoir. He digs into it. It's his normal routine. He digs into a huge amount of primary sources and tells the story as if no one had ever heard of it before. Just revamps the view of it completely. A absolutely desperate battle that usually features in a chapter on its own in any large history of the Korean War. You get many, many mentions. This is, I think, the first standalone book just on the Chosin Reservoir that I have ever read. I will have to check my journal on that, but I'm pretty sure that I've only read about it in longer histories of the Korean War. So, and I love this author. Of course, this author is fantastic and almost do no wrong. And then the last thing that's on this Friday Reads for today is a whopper. I don't know that I'll read every word. I will give it a chance. I will give it a chance to cast its spell on me. And if it makes me want to just keep going, well, I have budgeted the time for that. And that's this. The Big Book of Female Detectives, edited by the legendary Otto Penzler, which is 1,000 pages long, and it's also double-columned, so it's the amount of material in here is just vast. And it's just a panoramic chronological survey of female detectives spanning 100 years of the genre, as far as I know. So I will sink myself into this, and if I end up wanting to read the whole thing, well, then I will. So that is my Friday Reads starting things off for today. I don't know. What I've shown you here will not take me much time. Probably I will be able to finish with everything but this tonight. So, as usual with my Friday Reads, this is more a sketch of a beginning than it is a whole x-ray of the whole thing. But we have the Big Book of Female Detectives. We have On Desperate Ground, Hampton Sides writing on the Battle of Chosin Reservoir. We have Full Disclosure by Stormy Daniels. We have Something Rotten, everything you want to know about roadkill. We have Horsemen of the Sands by, let's give this one more try, Leonid Yuzefovich. I don't really know. The Complete Prose of Marianne Moore. I probably won't read the whole of this book. I will probably just read all of the book reviews for now, this time around. And I Claudius, which I can't wait. I haven't read it in long enough so that I feel like I will pick up a lot that I missed the last time. And that is the beginning of my Friday reads. I could do. Several of you have said that I should do a fill-in-the-blank day reads every single day. I don't think that would get. I think that would get boring pretty quick. But as usual with Friday reads, I want to hear what you're doing. So feel free. Let's talk in the comments about what books are on your radar for the weekend. I imagine it won't be a whole stack of books, but that's only because you all have lives. you have significant others and loved ones and family and friends and jobs and social lives. And that those things take up time. But one way or another, I want to hear all about it. So I'll wrap this up and let me know. We'll talk soon. Thank you, BookTube.